Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. So, for years and years and years, I've heard of this one conspiracy that was so funny on the front of it, I couldn't believe anybody thought it was real. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the birds aren't real people. I'm going to give you just a taste of it. So, let's start with the birdsaren'treal.com website. Now, I want you guys to follow me on this. They have merch. Learn the truth. If it flies, it spies. Birds aren't real. Like they have merch. Like they're really doing it here. Um, what I wanted to show you, giant flag. Who are we? The Birds Aren't Real movement has been active since 1976. Once a preventative cause, our initial goal was to stop the genocide of real birds. Unfortunately, this was unsuccessful, and the government has since replaced every living bird with robotic replicas. Now, our movement's prerogative is to make everyone aware of that fact. So, just to give you guys a little backstory about this weird phenomenon that came up, they were under the impression that Ronald Reagan secretly and covertly ordered the death and have slaughtered over 4 billion birds. Um, and they've been replaced with drones. So I'm not going to play these videos. An ex-CIA agent confirming bird drone surveillance. Right now, what is the movement's purpose? I'm just going to read you a couple of these. I'm not going to make you sit through the whole thing. Don't worry. The Birds Aren't Real movement exists to spread awareness that the US government genocided over 12, sorry, it wasn't 4 billion, 12 billion birds from 1959 to 2001 and replaced these birds with surveillance drone replicas, which still watch us every day. Once a preventative cause, our initial goal was to stop the forced extinction of real birds. Unfortunately, this was unsuccessful, and the government has since replaced every living bird with robotic replicas. Now our movement's prerogative is to make everyone aware of that fact. What do you mean birds aren't real? Well, the term birds aren't real refers to biological quotations, birds no longer existing on United States soil. After the government forcibly made the entire species extinct in the 20th century, all of these real birds were replaced with surveillance drones designed to look like birds. To simplify, birds no longer exist in the US as a biological life form. Thus, birds aren't real. What are eggs? The eggs we see in the 21st century are specifically designed by the government to appear indistinguishable from what eggs once were when birds were real. When the government replaced the species with robotic replicas, it was key that these replicas sustained the same activities and their biological predecessors did, including producing edible eggs. Strange, right? What is bird poop? Bird poop was originally thought to be oil discharge from earlier bird drone models. After further research, though, this was disproven. Bird poop irregularly falls on vehicles in large amounts. Recent studies show that 87% of bird poop in populated areas fall on people's cars. Why is this? Confidential documents leaked in 2018 revealed that bird poop is actually a form of liquidated tracking apparatus. If you walk outside and notice some bird poop just happen to fall on your car, be aware that you are now being tracked by the United States government. It is recommended you clean your car exterior regularly to avoid this. Let's see if there's anything more that's interesting because some of the stuff is just batshit crazy. Um, where did all the dead birds go? Within the bar movement, it is common knowledge that the government killed 12 billion birds before 2001 by releasing a virus that only affected the bird species. After the bioweapon was sprayed down from the B 52 bombers, the virus spread through all birds like wildfire and made them all sick. The virus was designed to slowly disintegrate the birds, a form of advanced leprosy. This is why there weren't 12 billion birds littering the ground of the nation as the robot counterparts were released into the public. They were disintegrated into dust, blown away with the wind. For every bird disintegrated by the virus, a robot replica was put in place. Oh, Lord. I have a pet bird. What do I do? Not to startle you, but you have a highly advanced governmental surveillance drone in your house, watching your every movement, picking up your every word of your conversations, and sending the data to the Pentagon. Well, I guess that's why birds talk to you and can repeat things that you say. Pet birds were actually unheard of before 2001. when all birds became surveillance drones. At this time, the government started a propaganda campaign normalizing pet birds. If you think about it, a pet bird in a cage doesn't make sense. The animals are supposed to have endless sky to explore, not to be held within a cage in your house. You would best be advised not to bring up matters if you prefer to remain confidential around your pet bird. Is this movement serious? Yes, let's find out. Yes, Birds Aren't Real movement has been active since 1976. Okay, they just repeat themselves. Okay, I've encountered a bird in my life. What do I do? Should I be concerned? I hope you guys aren't high while I'm reading this to you. First, breathe. Remain calm. It is vital not to panic and remember that this experience is not abnormal. These birds have likely been watching you for most of your life. Once you have regained your composure, look the bird straight in the eye and declare the following statement confidently. I know your secret. I know that you are a surveillance drone in disguise. I know that behind those beady eyes are cameras soaking up data and sending it to the Pentagon. I am on to you. I know you are not real. By vocally establishing dominance over the drone in the moment, your fear should subside, allowing you to remember that you are the human and this is merely a robot. All right, I've had enough of this. My point simply, guys, is that there is a movement in this country, and it is a pretty large underground movement that says birds aren't real. Now, I tried very hard not to laugh throughout this. I usually can hold it in, but some of this is just so obscene, so ridiculous. This is like the most absolutely ridiculous conspiracy that is out there. You know, it makes other conspiracies that come true look bad. That was until 4 days ago. What happened 4 days ago? Insider. A team of United States scientists is turning dead birds into drones to study flight techniques that may help the aviation industry. So this dead bird over here is a drone. The research has no relation to the Gen Z conspiracy that birds aren't real, a project leader told Insider. So apparently they know about each other. A research team in New Mexico is converting taxidermic birds into drones in order to study flight patterns, Reuters report. Let's see. Scientists hope to use them to study bird formations and flight patterns, which in turn can be applied to the aviation industry. Okay. So, guys, this absolutely most absurdly obscene conspiracy has come true. Now, the question is this. The question comes down to this, and I can't believe I have to actually give this conspiracy time of day. The question comes down to this. We know that the machinery, technology, everything that the government has that we know is cutting edge now is probably 30 to 50 years before what they actually have. We know this is a fact. So the question is there any validity to birds aren't real? Like, I thought this was a case closed until I saw this. So please, guys, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Share the video. This is just nuts. And I had to share it with you. Love you guys.